Hello, I'm Adam Paul Morgan. That's my normal introduction to one of my YouTube videos. Slightly different from what I normally do. It's a bit more personal, this video, compared to me doing a review or something or other, vlogging Adam video, etc. You probably noticed I normally wear a black shirt and tie, but I'm actually wearing what the managers gave me as a wee little present to say, you know, sort of thanks for the hard work. For that year as a little souvenir, and it still fits, but I've looked at the photos and I've got to be honest, it's not as baggy as it used to be. Gotta be honest. As I say, this is a sort of personal video, and hopefully some of the members of the Warriors will watch this and sort of be reminded that today, the 6th of July, is the 10-year anniversary of the first time we all went into that bar, and we all know which bar that is. I'm not allowed to mention, I'll go into that in a sec, which bar it was. So we all mentioned, and we all sort of said, hello, I'm such and such, I'm from wherever, and that was the first night of what is probably the weirdest, funniest, craziest summer that I've ever experienced, because of the people who were there and what we all done and the job that we had to do in hand. As corny as it sounds, I can't think of a day, or probably have known a day, where I haven't thought about something or someone or an event in that 6 weeks that reminded me back to that crazy little summer of 2007. 97, what am I talking about? 2007. It was bizarre, it was weird, it was hard work, it was tiring. It was fun. Some things I probably shouldn't mention, but it's why I'm not mentioning names. All I can say is Worksop Warriors. And if you still have a copy of the contract, the original contract, which was an absolute joke, if you read the small print, if I mention certain names, certain companies and all that, I could be in trouble. So that's why I'm just keeping a bit of a low key, even certain things. One thing I will mention though is Mega Ball. Now, I'm surely on certain people's Facebook profiles and whatnot, I imagine that video is there somewhere, the Mega Ball. You think we should have sent that into one of these family video accident things where you get £200 for the video. We could have probably made more money on that video alone than what we did in our earnings from the company that we work for. Fact. Yeah, weird, you know, me falling over in the dining hall. Yeah, I'll never, if I can avoid carry more trainers again because of that. The floor wasn't even wet and I fell over. Crazy nights, and particularly that night. Yeah, I need to keep quiet now for a very simple reason about that night. 10 years have gone on. I think nearly all of us are sort of moved on and married off, including me. I know quite a lot of the people who sort of gone all over the world. You know, most of us have got kids now, and we really don't want to tell our kids about that night. So we'll just keep referring to that night as that night when we all had to do that walk of shame, and you got all the guests looking at us. Would I go back? Yes and no. If I was single, I probably would. I would do it. If I had no commitments at home, I would go back and do it again. Could I do the sort of waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning, starting work till 10 o'clock at night, then drinking till 5 o'clock in the morning, getting very little sleep, and doing that again for 6 weeks? Probably not. I could do one but not the other. Probably the drinking. Probably not now. I'm 2 drinks, I'm asleep. Yeah, fire alarms going off in the middle of the night. It's very difficult to talk about because I don't want to name people, and you know, people will be watching this, and I don't want to sort of go. Very, very peculiar. When we all went to see Harry Potter, you know, Cooper of us, we all jumped in the bandwagon, went to see it, all came out, and we all felt the same. Bit disappointed. Yeah, weird. You know, the sort of the sharking. That was just there's something in the water in that place. There must be. It brings the good and the worst out of people. The water there, it really does. All a bunch of funny, crazy people. I'll say again, it was a hell of a summer. Really was. And I don't think there's a single thing that a single day where I haven't been reminded by something or someone or a memory of that 6 weeks. It was very bizarre, even more than the previous year and other places where I've worked. It really was. It was all fun, and we've got to really thank the centre manager and the assistant centre manager who really did work their backsides off throughout that entire 6 weeks we were there. There's like me coming out the bar, 2, half 1 in the morning, walking past the office, noticing the lights are still on, and they're there at the keyboard, still working, and there's the rest of us just completely drunk out their mind. 8-hour drinking rule, whatever. Oh, the 8-hour drinking rule. Oh, it was manic. But the reason for doing this video, as I say, I do all the other stuff, and it is weird when any one of us put a picture of us on social media. It's amazing how many likes and thumbs up we get, more than anything. Particularly, I don't know about the rest of you, but when I've put 1 or 2 up and it's just got nothing but likes. And I think there has been reunions, and I have been told by Head Warrior, if you know who I'm on about. He did mention me when I went back on social media after a spell of 2 years I was off it, and he said, "Oh, we're trying to get hold of you." I've done very well at keeping myself hidden, but he said, he was trying to get together for a reunion, and I think the last. One of the last photos we was all together that wasn't in the bar, that we was in the office, that was the classroom, and I was wearing this shirt, and I think that was the last time we was in the room, or every one of us was in the room. And I think it will be, because I think it will be very difficult to get us all together now, because we all got commitments. Through social media, a lot of people have kids now, and they're growing up. Weird, after all this time, kids are growing up now, and we've conquered the world as warriors. We've conquered the world. I've got Birmingham covered. I know we've got Manchester covered. I know London's covered. I know Norwich and that area is covered as well. I know Australia's covered. I know Spain's covered. I know France is covered. I know Germany's covered. As I say, the United States, I know Texas is covered pretty well with Big Ben, Little Ben, but that's another story altogether. Well, again, one of those fond memories that was. I'm probably not going to experience that again. I don't think many people have, but what an incredible fun it was. As I say, I imagine it would be difficult now to try and get us all in the one room together, but I have seen the photos of a couple of the guys who did get back together, and normally, just saying this, there's normally photos and we've normally got like a drink in front of us and a table that's just full of empty beer glasses now, and it's how times have changed. Looking at the last sort of get together that there was, where it was just it was some beer garden or something like that, and it's just full of sort of 1 or 2 adult drinks, but followed by sort of baby toys and baby bottles and things like that, and it's weird how we're growing up now. Saying that, I've got an R2-D2 there, we've got Jon Snow over there. Oh, yeah, it's weird. So, yeah, in short, to all the members of the Worksop Warriors, happy 10-year anniversary. Peace and love all the way. Have a good one. Oh, if you're watching this, I think most of us have mentioned, we'd like to know where the troll is. I know who's got it, but we'd like to know. We want to know that it's safe and well. We all would. Yeah. Happy anniversary. Ta-ra,